Hello, welcome back to Trey's Tabletop Crossrip. This is episode 7, back with another unboxing video for you. I am Trey, screen name Ghostbuster LML III. Tonight we're going to do an unboxing of Capone. This is a game by Dorado Games. You might know some of their bigger games out there. They've done the Island of El Dorado, Windward, and Atlantis. All of those went to Kickstarter, as well as Capone. They've been very open about Capone. Was actually their lowest funded game that they've ever had on Kickstarter, and but it was one of their personal favorites, and it was actually the one of their games I backed. I don't have any of their other games. I have a couple of friends that have Island of El Dorado and have backed Windward, but I'm the only one that chose Capone, and that's the only one I have from El Dorado. But they have top-notch components. They're known for that. So this was due out last September. It just came in. So for a Kickstarter, that is certainly not bad. Just a couple of months late, and we will get to this. So this is the Business of Prohibition. It is set to play in Chicago in the 20s, and you run your own speakeasy, and the idea is that this is a game of horse trading, whereas opposed to a traditional kind of around-the-table game, this one is played where the milk truck comes in carrying your bottles of alcohol, and one of the stretch goals was to upgrade those bottles from plastic bottles with stickers to screen-printed wooden bottles, so we'll get to see those here in a minute. But once the milk truck comes in, you've got to auction it off. All goes to the highest bidder, so they get the entire truck, but then they've got to spread that out among the other players, because if anybody has too many bottles at the end of the round, then Capone steps in because he doesn't want you getting too big for your britches and will shut you down. So you've got to spread them out. The goal is to try to feed or serve your patrons drinks that they want. So it's a set collection game at the end of it, where you've got a set collection, you get so much money based on the patrons and based on the set. So at the end of the game, after so many rounds, the person with the most money wins. Now this is the Deluxe Kickstarter edition, so the main thing about this is that it's going to have metal coins that will not be in the retail version once it comes to retail. So without further ado, let's get into it. So. I will say that this box it's certainly not the biggest box I have in my game collection, but it's got a nice weight to it. So, there's the top. So there's the back. Talks about it being Prohibition, running your speakeasies, and it's marked down here that this is the Deluxe Kickstarter edition. So, let's see what we got. Nice weight on the lid. So here are your instructions. So here is one of the speakeasies. So you set these up for your establishment. I won't actually put it all together now, but they each speakeasy has a different storefront that you're hiding behind and a different specialty. So it's asymmetrical in that sense. But these are spots for your bottles, and then on the back you see. So this is the side that's put out to the other players on the table. This is the side that faces you as the player. So it tells you things you can do. It says what your specialty is, which job you have. So you've got the henchman. You've got the card dealer. So he shuffles and deals the client deck. Sorry, I guess I didn't mention that. The henchman's job is to count each player's bottles each time Capone visits. So there's the front of that. Barbershop on that one. The banker. The banker is at a savings and loan. So his job is to help the other players withdraw and deposit their coin stacks. The auctioneer is a music store, and it's their job to count down for players to reveal their bids for the truck each round. And then you've got the driver. And the driver is at a bicycle shop. And it's his job to fill the truck with the bottles each round. So then down in here, let's see, These are the bottles. Okay, so those are the meeples, screen printed meeples for each of the characters, as well as the police officer meeple, and there's a tracker in here for the cops to come raid you. So here you've got vodka bottles and rum bottles, gin bottles, rye bottles, and beer bottles. So let's open up some of these and we'll take a look. So I know there was some talk about the shape of these back during the campaign. Originally the bottles, when they were going to be plastic, they were going to be circular and then come with stickers, and you were supposed to put the stickers on. And then it funded well enough that they upgraded these to wood and then had them screen printed. And in doing so, they changed the shape of the bottles from round. So now you can see they've got edges. They look more like a Jack Daniel's bottle now. So I was not one of the ones that had a problem with them changing the shape of the bottles. I know that a lot of things, like vodka bottles are typically round, gin bottles typically round, but these look like Jack Daniel's bottles, so I didn't have a problem with that. Everybody loves a good bourbon. So I'll open up another one of these. I don't think we necessarily need to go through all of them because it's all the same cutout for the bottle itself. It's just, it's going to be a different color and then have the different name on it. So you can see that it's the same shape, same size, and that's so they can be stacked into the truck. So here is the nice bag. Save those for later. Cards. So let's see. Well, it doesn't want to come easy. Problem with doing these videos basically live, you got to bear with me as I learn to open things. So these are your patron cards. So he wants a rum, he wanted a vodka in one of those, that's a gin and rum. There's a crooked cop. So all of those are slightly different drinks that he will want to be served if you happen to draw that card that particular round. So the businessman. And the gambler. All right, and then here is a second deck of cards in here. I'll show off these. So there's the rest of the gambler cards. There is the racketeer, patron, the bootlegger patron. So, and see, at the bottom you see if you have at least 4 of these, you'll get an extra $10 at the end. So that's why it's worth trying to keep what would be your regular patron coming back. So if you get the flapper in the first round, you would try to get the flapper again in the second round, and you keep going. And so you would try to, if you get 3 of her served, you get an extra $7. There's the musician, and those are all the patron cards. So, see, still here in the box, we have, all right. That is the truck that needs to be assembled, and I will not take your time to assemble that here on the fly, but you punch it out and it makes the truck that holds all the bottles. And here are the other pieces for that. Here are the punch-out tokens for the players. That was before we got the screen-printed meeples. And then this is the police tracker for where you are in the game. Round 1, round 2, round 3, last call, police raid, and final reveal. So that is all that. So now, here are the metal coins. So this is the part that was Kickstarter exclusive for this game. So they've got a good weight to them. right, so here are the $1 coins. They look great. So they've got, 3D weathered look. So they're the ones in copper. Here are the 5s. So the 5s are slightly bigger. So silver. 10s. And a gold. $20s. And then the last currency coin denomination is 30. So there are the 30s. And so gives you city of Chicago, and each of the coins gives you city of Chicago at the top, then it says Capone above the denomination, then it says 1920 below that. That's the year that's given if it's kind of hard to see. And so they all say that. And then the big coin here is the Capone coin. And what happens is if Capone decides that if you've kept too many bottles, Capone has decided that you are becoming a threat to his business because you've grown too big for yourself. So he comes to visit. And if he comes to visit, you have to flip this coin for his visit. And on one side, you see it says half money. And on the other side, it says half bottles. So whichever side it lands on, that's what you've got to give up because he's upset at you. So those are the Kickstarter coins, and we can kind of lay them out here so you can see how the size difference is. 5 and 1. So that's what we've got. I don't know how many of y'all may have also ordered this game through Kickstarter. Again, this is the first one from Dorado that I've done, and I'm really looking forward to this hitting the table. I've told my friends about it. They're looking forward to it too. The idea of there not being specific individualized turns, but everybody horse trading until you're done, then serving any patrons you can, losing the ones you can't, bam, second round, start it all over again. Here comes the truck, divvy it up, start doing your horse trading. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I've watched some playthrough videos, I've watched some how-to videos, and I am looking forward to this one hitting the table. So, hope this helps. If y'all have any comments on it, feel free to leave them below. If you got any questions, do that too, and we will see you next time. Thanks a lot.